into the show before, then we wish you a big welcome. It's a very lively show, very happy show, and it's all about astrology, it's all about mediumship, it's all about the wonderful things that go on around our world. We do the astro news, what's going up there in the cosmos. Despite the news that's down here, we have news from up there. We also have your news. We have some video clips to show you during this, and also to do some loads of little mini readings for you guys out there. So it's time to welcome you into the show and just say hello to everybody. Let's give you a little round of applause. And I think it's about time we had a little bit of intro music, and away we go. Good evening to you all, wherever you are. What an eventful week it's been for a lot of us. Well, I'll say eventful. Perhaps a few of you here got other ideas how the week has been. And you look very sunburned. Thank you very much. No, it's just brown. It's probably just the contrast of this here, just a little high. There's me trying to get the suntan here. Anyway, lovely good evening to say to everybody who's coming through. Your summer, thank you very much. Hi from London. Hello from the producer. Little hoot, the producer. And a little bit of party noise to everybody there in London. Especially if it's your birthday, come being a Gemini. Big Geminis out there, you're on your birthday season. And Laura Graham from Norfolk, good evening to you. And Mandy says hello, I think she's from London. And yes, how about a little ding? Is that nice? We all need a little ding, don't we, from time to time. So it's very nice to hear from you all. And already everything is going a little bit banzai out here. So the producer, I think she's already on the go out there. I think she's running around everywhere. I'll just find out what she's doing. In fact, I think first of all, oh yes, it's all the information coming through for you guys. Thank you so much. Yeah, that's what we managed there. In fact, I can think I've just seen a producer go by earlier on. She's so fast moving. Anyway, so have we got lots of news for you? Like that? It's a bit like out of the cartoon days, isn't it? Anyway, so those who never joined the show before, my name is Phil Griggs. I'm a spiritual medium. I also work in astrology, hypnosis, and also palmistry, hand reading, and but this show here is all about entertaining you guys with a live spiritual show which involves you all, so we like to make it interactive. So you'll notice here already you guys are in there saying hello, and if you want to say hello to one another, by all means do. I mean, like let's give a round of applause here to you all. Let's do that. Because you guys are great out there. You guys are just magic. It's like my new office. It's nice, isn't it? Nice and tidy. Compared to the other one. Dear, it's untidy. But this one's very tidy, very light, very airy, and even a nice tree in the background there. Isn't that nice? Yes. Anyway, so how have you been? Let us know where you're contacting us from. I know some of you put London and Manchester. Last time we got up to Manchester. And who's... Well, they've Manchester. Marlene's in Manchester. Hello, Marlene. And Julie is in Stockport. That's right up there, isn't it? Right up there. And here's the producer. This is her running around in the background. You never believe what goes on behind the scenes. Absolutely crazy. Susanna Flower says, hi, Phil. Hi, Susanna. And Julie Pierce says, Sharon Jackson. Well, hello, Sharon Jackson and Julie Pierce. Yes, how's that? It's a double bubble. A little bit of double bubble. Saying hello to two people at once. That's wonderful, isn't it? And Deb Bowbridge says hello from London, home from London. So very, very good evening to you all. So how have you been? How have you been finding this particular period of going through? Just to tell you here, not getting too much into the news out there, but we're coming into the point of unlock. We're going to phase 2 down here in Spain. And for a lot of people here, it's like, yay, we get to the beaches. A lot of people are going, oh, don't want to rush just yet. So we're interested to know how you guys are feeling out there. But we're here on a lovely show, which is bug-free. The only bugs here is when the internet plays up. That's it, thank God. Anyway, so let's just now this is what we'd like you guys to do during the show, please. Just please do this. Yes, we'd like you to share, to let everybody know this show is live, it's free, it's out there, it engages with you guys. So what we'd just like to do is just do that because it's free. That's what we ask you to do. Because the more happy people have coming on the show here, interacting, the more enlightening it is. And it's all for you guys, here. Now, over the next week or so, you're going to find coming on the Cafe Clairvoyance page, there's going to be lots of information regarding events, courses and things like this if you guys are interested in doing this. Whether you want to do something like mediumship or whether you want to go into past life regression, discover things about past life, why it's so important this particular time here we clear our energy. So this is going to be coming up this week. And also colour therapy. Colour therapy is a big one at the moment. It's out there in the industrial field with the psychotherapy just as much as a spiritual trait as well. So all this is coming up. So we have a fabulous show. Anyway, so what happened this week? What's been happening around you? Anything exciting? Yes. Astrologically here, we've got this Venus retrograde, which has been throwing everybody sideways, plus Saturn retrograde, plus we've also got Pluto retrograde and Jupiter retrograde. So everything is like slowing down. And when it goes like this here, we just need to just do something different rather than trying to push forwards, because the energy isn't there. The energy isn't there to go forwards at the moment. It's a bit more reflective about going, sort of looking backwards, but not backwards to go backwards, but go backwards thinking, well, I don't need to do that anymore, and I don't need to do this, and I don't need to do that. Maybe here we just need to do different things, but this is what it's all about. And Eleni says, I look forward to your shows. Well, we look forward to you being on them, Eleni. And it's always lovely to say hello to you. And we've got a very, very friendly producer this evening, which is lovely. She says, hello, everyone. And she always does. She's absolutely wonderful. Wonderful producer out there. And what's else been going on there? That's so if you're out there in the west of the world, you'll probably find here that you're just getting up in the morning. Just getting up here. Yes, although we're 7:10 here, I think some of you guys out there out in Australia and New Zealand, perhaps we need to do this for you. Time to get up. Time for your cornflakes. 2 cornflakes and your little cup of coffee, and away you go. But no, that's good there. And what else we got going on here? Let's have a little look. We've got just see what's going on here. Yes, I've also just been hearing the producer there. She's out talking to everybody at the moment. In fact, I'm just listening here. Dear, I couldn't listen to that too much. How she communicates with you people so much like that, I just don't know. Okay, so why don't we have a little bit of astrology news? Why don't we have a little look here what's going on in the star charts there, and have a little look out there? And so we're going to put up a little astrology chart and we just talk you through things where they're going to go here. Okay, here we go. And I'll just pop to the side. In fact, I'll move this to the side. That's a better idea. There you go. So now, if you notice here, this is a star chart here. You'll notice your star sign is by what we call a glyph. So if you're Gemini, you'll notice what looks like prison rails. Not that you're in prison at all, but it just looks like prison rails. 2 prison rails. If you're a Pisces, there you'll notice there that it's you're addicted to those buttons. You'll notice there that Pisces, you've got the signs of Mars and Neptune in your sign there. If you're Gemini, well, you're laden with everything at the moment. You've got the moon's nodes, you've got Venus, and you've got the sun in there. If you're Taurus, you've got Uranus on your side here. If you're Capricorn, you've got Pluto, Jupiter, and if you're Aquarian, you've got Saturn there. And the moon has just popped into Libra. The fine sign of Libra. Now, the nice thing about a Libra moon, it is out there to go and spread some harmony, some light, some love. So during the show here, that's what it's about, spreading some love. And it's interesting here because there's a video coming up in the not distant future, this show here, which is all about the heart, all about your heart here, tuning in with your heart. And so that should be a lovely time here. Now, also here, what we're going to look at, so all the other planets are in those signs. If you're like a Virgo or a Libra or a Scorpion, because there's no planets in your sign does not mean things are not affecting you. They're just in different areas of your life at the moment. And but we'll talk about other things like that, especially on the Wednesday show when we do spiritual astrology. But at the moment, though, what I'd like to draw your attention to is Venus, which is at the very top of the chart there in Gemini. And it's about 15 degrees. It says 15 degrees and 29 minutes. And it's got a big R underneath it, which means retrograde. It's going backwards. And it's about to come closer to the sun. And as it does so, it also forms a little bit of a challenging link, perhaps, here as we go approach near Mars. Now Mars here is in Pisces, and Mars in Pisces is not the most effective place for it to be. It almost like Mars wants drive, it wants determination, it wants to just tear ahead with something. But in a water sign like Pisces, it's too calm, it's too relaxed. So Mars has to tune itself to relaxing and meditating and just calming down a little bit. And that's what this scene is all about, is learning to tune within ourselves. And if we do that, then this link between the Sun and Venus and Mars there in Pisces and all the activity going on in Gemini, we'll find this a little bit of an easier period if we focus within ourselves. And that's the big theme at the moment. And even as we come to the unlock, it's still going to be a little bit about, hey, how do I feel about myself? So that's going to be the important part. But we'll just take that away there and just come back and hopefully it's going to go. It should do. Yes, there it's gone. Yes, that little star chart flew off there. So that's going to be some news there. Now, some of the people have been talking to me throughout the week here. Maybe you guys here share the same ideals. Where I'm hearing here, where am I going? What am I doing? Where's my life going? Even it was some readings today. People were saying, oh my God, I don't think things are going to work out right. I feel all confused. I was so busy before Corona. Now everything's stopped. I think everything's going to be worse when I come out. Not necessarily here. That's about hyper worry, which is generated externally, and it's not the right stuff we need to look at, which is internal. So we're going to be showing you a little clip today, which is all about Venus. And it's interesting here because Venus goes around our solar system and it does it so in about 296 days. And as it does so, it's throwing its love and its charm and its wonderment all the way through the cosmos here. And every sign gets a touch of Venus at one particular point throughout the year, sometimes twice. And but as it does so here, it awakens us to the energy of not just love, but also our desires, the things we need, and especially external things. And sometimes when Venus is in our sign, it's lovely, but sometimes things can get a bit expensive because we suddenly decide, oh, I need this, I need that new shirt, I need that new dress, I need the new pair of shoes, because we all get all fashionable and all la-di-da and things like this. But then when it goes retrograde, it goes, no, I can't do, something's gone wrong here. Why am I not feeling the same? Why am I not reacting the same? It's probably because here we've been reacting too much to the external rather than actually focus ourselves internally. So sometimes we just need to slow down a little bit. And actually some of the dimensions, some of the energies that actually creates through this particular time can actually be great fortune to us, because when we align ourselves this energy, we suddenly become super happy, super connected, and super in the right place. And so here's a little story called the Pentagram of Venus. The Pentagram of Venus. Hello and good day to you wherever you are in the world. And this is a short story on the Pentagram of Venus. The Pentagram of Venus is a 5-pointed star that Venus makes approximately every 8 years. Venus in itself takes 296 days approximately to go around the Earth, and every 18 months it goes into what we call a retrograde cycle, which is what we're in now. During these cycles here, the pattern that Venus makes is one of the most beautiful patterns we can experience looking at the cycles it makes, almost as though this is a sign of a pentagram, or as some people call the rose of Venus. We often associate Venus as being the planet of love. It's also associated with fine dining. It's also associated with luxury and the finer things we need in our lives that make us feel comfortable. Now, as Venus goes through its cycle here, what I'd like you to do is to think back to 2012. That's right, this period back in 2012. Because during this particular time, Venus was retrograde in exactly the same position and exactly the same star sign. So if you could think back to then what was going on in your life, may hold some clues and answers as to why this retrograde cycle appears in this particular area of your life. Now, as we go through this particular period, you'll notice here that sometimes things that go on externally in our world are causing us some frustration. We'll also find this particular period, this particular retrograde, quite difficult because we've been in a lockdown. And sometimes here we're around partners, friends or loved ones a lot longer than what we normally do. So sometimes this may cause some tension or friction. What Venus is asking us to do is to not find quarrels with people or conflicts, but to go within ourselves and find a peace and find a harmony that we desire in our lives. That way we can bring out our beautiful inner selves and find that the harmony we can create in our lives is purely by what was guided from within. So this period we're going through now, enjoy this period by focusing on what's going within. Do meditation, do relaxation, do spiritual courses and things like this. These are areas which will really enhance your life. Then later, possibly June the 25th, when Venus goes direct, a whole new world will appear. We'll feel more harmonious in our ways by the way we fulfill our lives. And we'll find here this would be an extremely interesting time. When we look back in history, we often find here that Venus also associates to the five virtues of the medieval knight. The five virtues were generosity, courtesy, chastity, chivalry, and piety. And we often find here as well that we associate these 5 points as a 5-pointed star, from the spirit to the 4 elements. And often by wearing this 5-pointed star makes us feel connected to the earth. Also here makes us feel that we are of purpose, that we are of meaning, that these elements connect us and help us to ground ourselves and to feel more connected with the earth and also to spirit. So during this time here, find your magic. Your magic is within. And that's where your discovery of your beautiful life in front of you will begin. Thank you.
I hope you enjoyed that. That was we set that up because we realised what Venus is up to and how it's affected people from time to time. So yes, it'd be interesting to know that how you're finding, what discoveries you'll come up with, what the positivities are that you're going through right now, which enhances this feeling here. I know a lot of people here changed their lives around them and are now wishing to do something very different. I know for a lot of people, they've actually turned their business to online. A lot of people here are reframing their life altogether. And in fact, some people, which I think is absolutely fabulous, where their work was going in one direction, they've now tripled it by adding in new ideas and things like this. And sometimes this slowdown period is sometimes just what we need. Lovely to see so many of you people coming on the show here. Helen Gray says, interesting. Liz Hall says, hello. And the producer says, hello, everyone. Okay, so shortly we'll be coming up to a time here where we're going to focus on this lovely period that we're coming through and do some mini readings. And if there's any questions you guys have got here, please let us know. Also, just to let you know here, this particular point here, on Tuesday night, fantastic night coming up. Got a fantastic night. A wonderful chap called Giochi. He's actually coming in, and he's going to do a fantastic night on a Indian flute. Now, with this Indian flute here, it's got 2 chambers in it. I've seen this thing. It's absolutely massive. It's it's that long, but the width of this flute is huge. I know men get carried away with things when they say size about things, but I'm just telling you, it's at least that big. It's that big. When you see it, you go, oh my God, Phil was right. Anyway, so he's going to play this thing, and it plays through double chambers, so the sound of this wooden flute is awesome. And what we're going to do for this special evening, just for you guys, is to do 2 things. One, he's going to play music. Two, I'll be doing mini readings with you guys, having a chat about his flutes and doing mini readings. And also his partner, Michelle, she gives, she's very, very intuitive, and she's actually going to give a reading from the flute message. So that's going to be interesting. So there's going to be three of us on the show. We have a fantastic time. Just invite you guys to a wonderful time at Cafe Clairvoyance, because that's what we like to do, invite you guys here. So hopefully that keep you all interested and all spiced up. So life should be fun. And on this note here, I think we need a little meditative chat. Don't you think? A little meditative chat? Yes, I think we do here. So here's something just to help you through this particular time period, because we like to help you. You know we do. Anyway, so I was out earlier on today, and I filmed this for you. Hello, I'd just like to introduce this part of the show, a little chat to your heart. That's right, I'd just like you to focus on your heart right now. That's right, it's there gently beating, and I'd just like you to notice here we're going to enjoy some calmness. That's right, because all that's going on in the world around us externally sometimes here get a little bit fractious from time to time. So right now, I'd just like to focus on your breathing. That's right, just nice, deeply, gently breathing in, and just gently there notice here that as you breathe out, you're just very gently letting go of old toxins, old energies, and you can just relax. That's right, just relax. Because during this particular time that you're going through right now, we'll notice the world is a little bit strained with all the energies and everything that's going on around us. But right now, we can just enjoy a little bit of peace, a little bit of harmony, a little bit of time just for us. And we could do this just by focusing on our breathing. That's right, just nice, deeply, gently breathing in and noticing that lovely energy there. We can just enjoy some peace. That's right. Maybe there as you're breathing in right now, you could just notice there how that energy, that lovely air and everything around you just seems to be a lovely, beautiful colour that you're breathing in. Something very relaxing, something very releasing, something there you could really enjoy. That's right. Because sometimes as we go through particular times of our lives at the moment, we'll find we're going through a lot of stress in some respects, and we just need to find our own little bit of peace. And this is what we're finding right now. Just some peace. That's right. So what I'd like you to do there, as you're breathing in, just focus on a lovely colour. Colour that just relaxes you. Colour that just releases you. And notice with that lovely energy there, that lovely colour, how you just relax. And as you're breathing out, just noticing there too, that as you're breathing out, you're letting go of all that you no longer need. That's right. You're letting go of all the toxins, all the old energies, which can just be released now and just fade away. Almost like they're disappearing out somewhere into the atmosphere. But sometimes here we're focusing everything that's external around us rather than sometimes having a little bit of me time. So just like you to notice there, during this me time here, that as you're breathing in this lovely colour, we've only been doing this for just over 2 minutes, and already you're relaxing into the chair or the sofa, where it is you're just relaxing. You could just relax a little deeper perhaps, a little deeper, and just find that lovely energy there where you can just be your very true self. That's right. Because I'd like you to notice there during this particular time, that as you're relaxing, that sometimes we disassociate, which we should do sometimes, from what's going on externally, and just allow ourselves to be ourselves. Because sooner or later, when all the planets turn direct and all the energies become more positive, this magic you have within yourself, you'll be so pleased that you took this time just to relax. Just focus on yourself. That's right. Some relationships around us have been very fractious or very difficult. But sometimes here, it's our response to them. Not blaming ourselves, but we take responsibility for ourselves. And sometimes we just need this peace to help us along our way. So just notice there, perhaps there's a set of dials in front of you now. Just imagine there are a set of dials in front of you. And as you're doing so there, I'd like you to focus on these dials and just notice at this particular time. Those dials there, one to the left perhaps here, is coloured in the energy that you're breathing out. That's right. The energy you're breathing out and the old toxins, the old stresses there that you're breathing out. And sometimes here, people tell me, or suggest to me here sometimes, that sometimes these toxins are, or this noise, or this sometimes anxiety, is like a noise going on inside their heads. So if you imagine there's a dial there, you could just gently turn this down now. Gently turn the dial down. And as you do so, you just begin to notice the noise starts reducing inside your head. You'll start to feel calmer. Just notice there too with the dial on the right. It says calmness. Just turn that dial up and you'll notice automatically you're starting to enrich on that lovely colour that you're breathing in. That's right, you're enriching on it. It's fantastic. It's beautiful. It's lovely. You can really enjoy this now. And feel that lovely energy. Feel that magic. Because all it's enhancing here, this lovely air you're breathing in, is touching the part of your soul where the real magic is. Sometimes we just need to do this through calmness. Just enjoying that now. Just enjoy it. Just notice that colour. Just notice that dial there turning right up. And the more you turn it up, the stronger the calmness becomes. As you turn down that noise dial, that anxiety dial, just notice how you feel. Very relaxed. See you soon. Well, I hope you're feeling relaxed, because I definitely was. Blimey, I've never felt so relaxed in my life. Anyway, as you drifting off to sleep there, I thought, oh my goodness, so relaxed. Anyway, you know what the time of the show is now? I can hear the cavalry coming in. That's it. All your messages, all your readings are coming in, all your information there. So I think it's a bit of time for reading time. Reading time. So let's do your mini readings. Let's go and find out who's out there who like a mini reading. And thank you for everybody who's brought through their information already. It's just been delivered to me on the desk here after the producer that was there was running backwards and forwards. She was just sorting everything out. Yeah, she's still going doing loads. Wow, that's crazy. Crazy. Right, okay, so, Laura is here. Good evening, Laura. Good evening to you. I hope you're well out there. Oh my God, I was nearly snoring, so that caught you out. See, now we know Cheryl snores. World out there, Cheryl snores. In fact, just put that up here in case everybody knows Cheryl. That's it. There you go, Cheryl snores. And Emily says, I nearly fell asleep, but I must be relaxing. It's a Sunday afternoon. You don't need any stress on a Sunday afternoon, do you? Anyway, Laura, let's come back to you and let's do a reading here. So the mini readings that we do during the show, we, especially for the shows ahead here, we need your date of birth. We need your favourite colour, a particular colour which associates with everything that's going on around you, or with this particular issue or concern that you have here. And also here is your question. So we need your date of birth, a question, and your favourite colour. That's all we need. And we then able to work out an answer to the particular problem we go through. And which is absolutely fabulous, because the response we got for everybody who comes on the show and says that how helpful the answers were is magic. We're so glad. Okay, right. Now, Laura is a very nice lady indeed. In fact, because she was born on the 8th of the 9th, 1994. Spring chicken. We get so many young people on this show. It's lovely. So many young people. And she's a 404. 404. And right, okay. And the question is, should my husband take the first teaching job he is offered, or wait for something else? Should you go for a teaching job or wait for something else? Let's have a little look here. Teaching job. Now, the interesting thing here is, what I'd like to do here is to do a card spread on this. On your numerology, what I'd like to do for the next show is to send your husband's date of birth through. Your husband's date of birth, his favourite colour, and his question is. We could do that perhaps on Tuesday. So if you'd like to do the same again, Laura, because this looks like here, this is your birth your birth details, I think. And but if we can get your husband's in, then that would be great. We'll definitely work on his. But even so, we'll still do this via the tarot cards, and it'd be interesting to see what the difference is between the two. Anyway, so Laura, you're a 404. Now, fours are very interesting people because they're builders. Now, with builders here, what happens here is they're great for foundation people. So they're the supporters. Like whether you're male or female here, everyone needs a 4 around them because they offer the grounding, the support, and the work we need in order to get our lives into a sense of stability. Sometimes 4s are highly mistaken. Some people think because they're such good planners or organisers, maybe they're a little bit too square in their way if you think of the 4 corners. But actually, no. You often find here some highly eccentric people and comedians are 4s. Yes, because they needed to have grounding in their life before they could go on and do their performing. Anyway, so your card here, drawn for you, is interesting actually. It's the Emperor, if you can see that. It is the Emperor. There's your little old Emperor. And the Emperor card is coming up here for you because it is all about stability and the way you'll see your future ahead. Now, by this card here alone, I would say this would be something very important in your life here. And I say this would be strength in front of you. I also pick up here as well that the next few months in front of you should be very interesting, but it means you're going to have to be a conformist in some ways over the next few months in front of you. When I say a conformist, it may mean this is going to take a lot of planning, restructuring in your life if you go down that particular pathway where your husband is concerned. You go down a particular pathway for him especially. But so look here. Now, also here, I'd say here, the 0, because you're a 4-0, but the 4 part is about the stability. The 0 part is I often look at this as like an open karma. Open karma in some respects here. Anyway, Laura says here, very true. That's very true. Good. Glad we're hitting home here on this. Anyway, let's have a little shuffle of cards here. So I've got the cards here. In fact, I'll put them up here. I'm going to shuffle the cards away. In fact, I'm going to, as if you were telling me to stop, I'm going to stop right now. I bet we're in tune, aren't we? I bet we're in tune there. Yeah. Okay. Right. 3 piles of cards here. I've got the left, I've got the middle, I've got the right. Left, middle and right, left, middle and right. I think if I'm working with you, I would go for the right. I'm going to go for the right. And I even picked up, there's a little bit of hesitation there, but I just picked up here is the right. Now, let's have a look here. So your cards are coming up here. What about your husband doing this? Should he take up the first teaching job he is offered or wait for something else? Now, very interesting with your cards here, because there's a real feeling of uncertainty about everything at the moment regarding his professional career. Because it looks like here, I would say that if you're looking about the first job he is offered, well, it may not be just one job that's offered at the immediate future. It may be here that even more jobs come in very quickly and you're dealing with, well, of the 5 here have been offered, which one do I choose? So that may be quite a significant value here for you to look at here, which I would say Laura's husband, whatever your name is, Laura's husband. Okay, and sorry, Mr. Green. So I call you Mr. Green. Mr. Green. I think in your teaching situation here, there'll be a few jobs you're going to be offered, and I think that the important thing is by the strength card you put up here. Yes. Oh, I don't know. Big pardon. Sorry. Strength card you pulled up here. There we go. Strength. Now, with strength here, it's about making the choices that are right for you and not right for them. So even if money is associated to look good with this, it doesn't mean to say here that money is what you should go for straight away. It should be other values too. It's about what you want, sir. It's about what you want, because we've got the King of Wands. The King of Wands is very sharp about acknowledging that it's about your road, not what other people want here. Now, there's something interesting coming up with this. I'll really pick this up really psychically here. Would you understand, Laura, if I said to you that your husband is also looking at teaching in a different way? Because I pick up this as being very strong for you, very, very strong. When I say teaching in a different way, would you understand like coaching or holding groups or doing something more for himself? Because his cards are very strong. I think there's a lot to open up here and talk about, and I think he's got the ability to reopen his mind, his imagination, and I think Mr. Green, you've got a lot there in front of you. So, sorry, Laura Graham. What I've got, it's colour green. Sorry, beg your pardon. Sorry, Mr. Graham. What did I call you Mr. Green for? Colour is green. The green colour is about new territory, new ground. So that'd be in the future, yes. So in the future, I would say very much this is
very much about looking here, about doing something for himself. And I think he would do very, very well. The thing about him here is I pick up here, Laura, that your husband would be a gentleman, I pick up here, who would be, just looking here, I think he's a very popular guy. There's something about popularity around him, very friendly guy. That's nice, isn't it? Nice. It's always nice to have a friendly partner. Anyway, there you go. So hopefully that helps there. But I'd see here that there's going to be more than one option, but there's also a few choices on the cards here and where we're going. So hopefully that helps. Hopefully that helps there. Yes. Okay. Now let's go and have a little pop down the road. And let's go and have a little chat with Deborah. Debbie. And her colour is black. The colour that she's gone for is black. She's the 8th of 4th, 1965, and she's a 336. And interesting colours here. So I pick up here. Laura Graham says, thank you. You're very, very welcome. Very good. Would you understand, Laura, about the opportunity to your husband that he can actually do more for himself rather than being committed to establishments, things like this, or teaching places? Maybe both. Please give us a little nudge on that if you could. Yes. Anyway, but good luck to him anyway. Good luck. Right. Okay. Deb. Let's go on to Deb here. Just looking for her details. They'll come up in a minute. Anyway, Deb, look at your energy here. You're a 336. 336 your cards here, which is very interesting. And I'm just looking here. There we go. Good. And I'm just looking here at your numbers and at your details here because it's very interesting. Your question is, will I see Nick again? There's a song like that, isn't it? Sure there is. Sure there's a song like that. When will I see Nick again? Will it be forever? Is this love, Nick, or is it the end? Anyway, sorry. Back to the show. Let's have a look here. Right, we're on the 336. And, right, okay, and your card here, believe it or not, is the Lovers. The Lovers. It's always nice when you have a card like the Lovers because it's also about the people around us, not necessarily just associating with partners and such. It's also about other people that come into our world. So this is interesting too, isn't it? And I would say here, looking at your energies here, and you're on a personal year 7. The interesting things about 7s is they tend to be more hermit related, or you look for someone who wants to join you in your cave. Thank you. And he says, very nice singing. Thank you, Ali. Anyway, so you tend to look for someone who's in your cave. So when you're in your cave, that's an interesting place to be because you want someone to join you in a very quiet place. And it's almost like you want a relationship now which is going to be where you can just let go of all the big responsibilities around you in some respects and just enjoy some quietness, some peace time. And let's have a look and see if we can see Nick in your cards. Okay, let's have a little look here. Let's have a little look and see how we go on here. So, let me see so many people coming on tonight here from all over the place. Lovely, lovely, lovely. You wonderful people. The people. And all your love, all your hearts, and all those wonderful stuff here that you're sending out. Thank you very much. And yeah, loads of you on. Thank you very much for joining us. Right, okay, so. Let's go. Deb, let's have a look at your cards here. Just finished shuffling for me. I'm now going to shuffle for you. And I'd like you to imagine here, we are shuffling the cards together, Deb. Cards together. Just imagine yourself shuffling them, and I'm going to... Hey. I'm going to stop right now. Yeah, I really feel the cards are finished. Yeah. Right, okay. We got 3 piles of cards here. We've got the left, middle, and right. And as we're looking at these 3 piles here, I would like to go for the left. I'm going to go right over to the left. Let's have a little look here. Let's have a little butchers. And, right, so your cards here. Will you see Nick again? Will you see Nick again? Now, this is interesting. This is interesting because, right, the first part here is, would you understand here that regarding the relationship with Nick, would you understand here before it broke up, there's a few issues here, and some of it was money related, or just feeling that the whole situation become very low very low in its energy, because that's where the cards tend to come across, is showing this lowness here. In fact, I'm also picking up here spiritually a little bit, that would you understand here that there were some complications about this relationship which didn't allow it to be completely free. So Debbie, you would understand that. Now, that's interesting. We've got a bit of funny light there. Anyway, I try to show here, we've got the Wheel of Fortune. The Wheel of Fortune, which is the center card doing this. So there is going to be some change coming into this. So if you haven't heard from him for quite a while, you probably will. The outside card to this, the card here, which is the sort of final card to this here, is a Seven of Cups. It's interesting how the card here has got like see-through. Anyway, never mind. We've got the Seven of Cups. And the Seven of Cups is all about choices. Choices here. Now, this is interesting. This is very interesting about this, because I'm feeling here that he could come back to you. He could come back to you, and your card is saying here that maybe you're in a place of, now if I could put it like this, maybe people are feeling here of feeling very low and feeling that you're a bit of a victim in this. If I call it like this, maybe you're not feeling very contented by it. And really you need to come from a place of power, a place of feeling like the warrior rather than the worrier. And your card suggesting about this relationship, very interesting here, that if I'd pick up, he'll come back. But the interesting thing is going to be is you may see this situation from a different perspective. So, and I think you know this a little bit already, because I'm picking this vibration up from you, that yes, you'd like it to come back, but there are some buts with you. I really picked this up. And she just says here, yes, 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 yes. So true, Phil. Well, good. I'm glad we were able to help you out there. But this is something that's going to be very relevant, I feel here. There's some practical things, let's call it earthly practical things, that need to be sorted out a lot of clarity before this can go anywhere. In the meantime, though, Deb, I don't think you're going to be bored. Tell me more, she says. Tell me more. Tell me more. On another show, perhaps. Anyway, right, let's come on to Cheryl who snores. Cheryl who snores. That's it. Want to tell everybody? Yes, Cheryl snores. So let's have a little look at Cheryl. Here she is, with two hearts around her. And good evening, Cheryl. I presume you're not snoring at the moment, because this is now your bit. And anyway, right, so colour grey, born on 17th of 7th, 1971, 336, so young. And life path 6, 36, there's a real sense of magic about 33s. And your personal year 1, which is the Magician. Your card here, the question you've asked is controlling behaviour around her men. Controlling around her men. Now, the interesting thing here is, this is what I pick up here, Cheryl. This is what I'd like to say. She's laughing her head off here. And Deborah Obrey says, thanks so much, SOS, save our souls, or save our souls, much. Okay, I know what you mean. Anyway, back to Cheryl. She's laughing and she's just a happy little bunny. Right. Now, the Magician card here, always a lovely card, very powerful card when it comes to this, it comes to your situation here at the moment, being a personal year 1. Because although you've got a lot of issues, or maybe have some control things going on where men are around you at the moment, would you understand here is sometimes it's just nice to have a conversation. Would you understand here there's two conversations going on here. There's one where the men are telling you what they think and what you should do. And maybe I'm one of these here, telling you what you should do. But there's the other one here, which is the conversation inside yourself. Two different conversations. So what men are telling you around you, they say, you got to do this, you got to do that, you got to do that, you got to do this. You're going, maybe I'll just do different things. But the interesting thing is you've got the opportunity at least to chat. But it's interesting here because even though men are trying to tell you what to do, would you understand here you're throwing questions out there, to see what answer you get. And even when they give you what they think is the right answer, what you should do, what it's also confirming yourself here is that's probably not the right answer. And the right answer you already know. Yeah? So I think here, we've got a few things here to come up with. Few little, now even when it is yes or no, but I think here what they're doing to the fact you're having conversations here, often in a spiritual networking here, when we look in our lives around us and we start up the start of the day, say, today I'm going to find out some answers.
So I'm going to find out some answers of one kind or another. It could be a street sign. It could be the way someone says hello to you. It could be the way someone talks to you, but you'll just go, I've just picked up an answer to something. I've just picked up an answer to something. Now, what this is indicating with you here, Cheryl, is that people think that you need looking after, you need nurturing, and that you need nannying. This is fun, isn't it? This is fun. Which you'll probably go here, well, no, I don't, because you've actually grown past that particular phase. And you're actually getting stronger. It's just you've got all these people talking to you. Excuse me, the plant growing out the top of my head. It isn't really. It's nothing to do with hairstyle. I actually move. And you'll see this plant moves. So I move, the plant doesn't. So the plant is there, but it's not growing out of my head. I just want to say, any hairdressers out there, such as Cheryl, no, there's nothing that needs snipping. I can assure you. Anyway, so your answer here is, in fact, just doing a general reading around this, I think it's interesting. You already know a lot of answers inside yourself. And I think here you know more than what you know. And I think here, if you go out there in your day and think, okay, for myself, I will find some answers. You often find here that someone will be talking to you and just say something in a completely different conversation. But they say something to you that actually nudges you, or something out there in the ether nudges you and says, listen to what's just been said. Let's do a general reading around you and just have a little look here. How things are panning up in front of you. And I go for the middle. Go for the middle. The middly diddly. Yes. Come and have a giggle with the griggles. That's what it's all about, isn't it? Oh, right. Okay. So 3 cards and another card there for you. Right. Okay. It's interesting here because you're suddenly going to get the strength around you to move on. In fact, you're going away. You're going away. She says, am I? I say, yes, you are. You're going to go on a journey. You're going to go away for a little break. And I feel I just need some time out. I just need some time out. You're going to go away. I see a journey come out in front of you, and I think you're going to enjoy it. I think it's a journey that you'll probably need. And I think as well here is also a journey that will restore a lot of goodness inside you, even if it's a long weekend somewhere. And it just says, yes. And Cheryl just says, that's Lady of Communication. Lady of Communication. Isn't that lovely? When you've got people just communicate so well around you, it just says, Good. Anyway, so she really, so I say, yes, I'll just pick up that you're going to be going on a travel here, and there's a lovely adventure, and I think you're just going away for a nice weekend, be able to chat, be able to relax, and I think you'll come back very refreshed here. And I'll tell you what, your outlook will start changing. And all of a sudden, it's interesting with you, Cheryl, because I really pick up this energy with you, that you may have been always showing the nice part of your personality to part of your life here. But now I get the feeling here, it's like something in you is making you grow firmer or harder. Something's growing a bit stronger in you, and I think you're going to tap into this and just go, I like this and I don't like that. I put up with this, but I'm not putting up with that. It's something you're going to start doing, and I think you'll enjoy it. So fantastic. Okay, right. Toma, Diana, Florentina. Yes, it's very nice. I've got your date of birth there, but we need a question. There's a question here. We need that there. So if you'll notice there, Eleni, although we've got Eleni's details before somewhere, I just know that she's there. Eleni, colour pink, life path 9, question, going back to work, feeling anxious as I work in school. So Toma, just so you know that we need a question. Then we can answer that there. But okay, Eleni, let's have a little look here. So look what's going on. And can I put this up? I'll put it up. She says, balls. See, I told you, fine woman of communication. Fine woman of communication. Dear, oh dear. Where do we get these listeners from? Anyway, back to Eleni. Ellie, colour pink, life path 9. The pink is very protective. And one thing I pick up here is the pink will be very protective of you through health, through anything else like this, through worry, anything like that. And I think it will be all right. Now, what I pick up here is there's still loads of changes to come back into the school that you're in, as we probably know, but I really pick up in your one there. And I feel anxious to work in a school. And then to be honest here, I think that one thing I think you'll be very good at is getting back involved with the responsibilities going on around you, which will help you loads. Loads here. It's like suddenly, although you're feeling anxious at the moment, I get the feeling in not too distant future, you'll be going, yay, I'm out there, it's happening, and I'm going to make it work. And I think you will do. and I think you'll make that work there. And so that's what I pick up here. Now, right, okie dokie. So let's life path 9. The endings and beginnings. Now, it's interesting here too because it's like of all the situations and all the questions that you put on this show over the past few weeks. So I'll just take it down a minute because it's blocking there. But all the questions you had on this show, here, I would just like to say here, there's going to be something very important that I think you'll make before long about where you're going to be living and where you want to go. So these questions here, they're short-lived questions. So they're things that happen for a while, then they go. Right, okay, in the meantime, Cafe Clairvoyance, you've always got to have at least a coffee, at least something going on here before you go anywhere. Right. Cafe Clairvoyance. The two go perfectly together, as you can tell. Yes. Anyway, right. Okay, back to this. Now, let's have a little shuffle of your cards here, and I hope you're having a lovely day wherever you are. Thank you for all your questions. If we cannot get through to your questions tonight, guys, come back on Tuesday. Tuesday, we've got a really, really interesting evening with a chap called Giochi. He's coming in. He's a flute player. He plays an Indian flute, an American native Indian flute. It's an amazing thing, amazing music, very spiritual guy. And we do live readings, we're going to do music, and we give messages and all this sort of stuff in there. So you'll get a little tune to your reading. How's that? Would you like a little tune? Yeah. As they used to say when we were young, wouldn't they? Tunes help you breathe more easier. So a little bit of music and you'll be away. Good. Right, Ellie, let's have a look here. Going back to school here. What class are you going to be in? I didn't realise you were that young. Anyway, never mind. Right, 1, 2, 3. Let's go for the left. Let's go for the left here. And let's have a look here. Right, I can put you back up. I'll put you back up here. That sounds like me. Yes. Right, going back to school. Now, no. You'll be, it's a lot of worry, but actually there's going to be a blessing about this. However, I really think here you're going to start thinking about the long-term plans that you've got with your life, because your cards are even suggesting to me here that you may tend not to stay there too long. Of all the worries that you have around you, I think even the universe is going to be guiding you to say here, what are you doing? Ellie, what are you doing? Where's the choices in your life you really want to make? And where are you going? Because I think that's where you're going to be. That's where your life is going to be happening. Yes. Okay, right. I'm just getting odd messages through from people here. Okay, let's have a little look here. Now, so I hope that helps out here, because your cards were suggesting here, yes, you could go back and you'd enjoy it, but what's the long term on this here? I get the feeling other things that you'll be doing, which would be more important there. Now, let's just come back here and let's have a little look at this one. Now, I would like this lovely lady, I'm going to give you a little answer tonight. Here. Yes, in fact, I just come to Tomadena Florentina, and she asks, is my father near me? Now, it was interesting here, actually, because I do pick up your father is near you. In fact, he's right near me. He's right near me because he wants to come through. And would you understand here that he used to like working in the dark? Whether he used to work nights or in the dark places. I just pick up darkness the way, but this is a choice. It's not something that was negative about his life. But I just pick up, I've got this gentleman with me here at the moment, will show me. And I also pick up chest complaints, and I also pick up something to do with smoking around him. And I also would like to say here, would you understand here about flowers that aren't necessarily on his grave, but they're flowers which are for him, because he wants to show me flowers for him, and he's saying a big thank you. And also he wants to talk about a young boy, a very young boy who's he's just very, very happy for. And he says to me here, would you understand, Tom, if I said to you that you're starting to work a little bit more spiritually yourself? Yeah, because he just wants to let me know here that you're doing this. He wants to let me know that. And also here, he says here, your father was saying to me here, he says a lot of injuries on his body. So would you understand about something about his left arm, please? He's talking about his left arm, his shoulder. left shoulder, left arm. He just says here there was a problem here at some point. But he is definitely around you. But what I'd like you to do, if you to look out for the show that will come on shortly, and my dear friend is just joined me this evening, which is Helen Grady. Although she says later for you, Debs, and she blows a kiss. Helen Grady is a fantastic medium. We both work together. And when we start working on a mediumship show, which would be later on, in fact, I think the producer's probably going to put the date up, not to the future here, then yes, that would be a magical time here, I think, for us to communicate with you. But I do pick up he's with you, and I also, he just let me know here, he's just let me know there's a dog there with him as well. He's just walked through a dog. And also, I've just been given something else here. Yes, right. I've just been given something else here. There's also a very young boy who's with him. A very young boy. Now, I'm just picking up here, boy, but I pick up here, the boy was lost. I think the boy was lost either extremely young or something happened around childbirth, or just before or just after. He's with a very young boy, but he says everything's fine over there. And he says here, would you understand? He says, just keep your chin up and keep looking up. Keep looking up here. Why am I looking at tall trees? He's just given me tall trees to look at you. Lovely tall trees. He wants to talk about greenery, forestry, refreshing, looking up, like to inspire ourselves here. Just want to say this. And he's also saying here to keep up with your meal times. I know he's telling me this. He's telling me that you're disregarding some of your meals. And also here, he's just telling me here as well. Would you understand here that you're thinking about this? The action isn't there yet, but would you understand you're thinking about doing a home move? That could be interesting. So there we go. Anyway, so hopefully that's helped you here. Now, all you other guys who joined us this evening, because we're just coming towards the end of the show. But I would just like to say, coming back here, we got Joe. In fact, I'll just come on to you, Joe, very quickly. Joe, confused a little bit about life. Is she on the right life path? Let's have a little look here. Now, this is a confusing time. And I say to people here, although it's a confusing time, bear with, because it does come out better in a not too distant future. Okay, it does come out better, and I'm sure we'll find all that. I'm sure we'll have a lovely time. And right, I've got a Zinfandel. Oh yeah, I've got a Zinfandel. Lucky you. Anyway, back to Joe. Is she on the right life path just at the moment? Okay, this question I could do. Let's have a look here. Just finished up the cars, just cut them into 3 piles here, got left, middle and right, and I'm going to go for the middle. Middly diddly. Alright, okay, Joe, are you on the right life path? Joe, by the way, won a competition. There'll be more competitions coming up in the not too distant future. It's for a free reading, a free 30-minute reading with moi. So look out for those competitions, more come ahead, in which case you win a free reading, and it's recorded for you and everything. One thing you're going to see here, Joe, wow, is it's interesting actually, because I think you've used about life, it's going to be interesting. I know some relationships around you have been a bit challenging, a bit difficult, but in front of you, watch what's coming for you, especially romantically, and I think we'll leave that one there. Anyway, right, so guys, just to remind you, lovely people out there, on Tuesday evening, which is 9 o'clock here in Spain, 8 o'clock in the UK. Fantastic show. It's going to be about the flute, it's going to be about readings, and it's going to be about music, and it's going to be about a wonderful evening with 3 of us actually working on the show. And it should be absolutely warm and fantastic. But in the meantime, though, I'd like to say a big hearty thank you to you guys who have joined us. I would also like to give a little hoot to the producer. She's worked so hard. There was a lot of technical issues today, but I think she deserves a little hoot. And to you guys out there, have a wonderful week, and this is for you. Yes, go out and party. And the nice thing is that, just to give you a little secret I was going to lay to the end here, and that is astrologically, Mercury is just moving along here quite nicely, and is about to make a beautiful aspect over to Uranus. So where friendships, where news, information this is concerned, anything exciting new that comes up out of the blue, accept it. Maybe a good idea here to accept this. I think it would be something magical for you guys. So take care there. Ursula, come back on Tuesday night. We're also on Wednesday morning. when they want to hear, because it's been lovely sharing the show with you guys. Absolutely beautiful. And I wish you all a wonderful evening. And big heart from me. Big heart and a burger. Big heart, burger. Vegan or veggie burger, by the way. Not me burger. Heart, burger. See, not much difference between the two. They're both full of love. In the meantime now, take care. Have a lovely remainder of your weekend.